would ask Roger if you can do a little upload with the Witchcraft so you can educate the viewers, explaining the significance of this book and the history of it. I really would appreciate that, Roger, so we can work in conjunction with one another. So,
well, greeting Four Color fans, and welcome back here to Metarog's channel. As you just saw there, my good friend Jerry the Jitterbug asked me to make a little video and explain to all of you the significance of that Witchcraft 5 that you saw, that he is going to be marrying a back cover from the Wild Bill Hickok. It is the same interior and exterior back cover. That comic is from December 52, January 53, it's bi-monthly. And he wanted me to tell you why it is that I asked for him to conserve it for me and to, again, marry that back cover, right? So the cover artist is Kelly Freas, F-R-E-A-S. And Frank Kelly Freas is perhaps one of the most famous and one of the most known science fiction cover artists out there. And he, I don't know everything about his history, right? But he did pass away in 2005. But he did hundreds of pulps, like you see here. This is a Kelly Freas cover here. As you can see down here, you can see his signature there, his name. And he did just outstanding science fiction work all throughout the 50s and 60s and pulps. In the 60s, it was more like the science fiction trade paperbacks, things like that. He also did even a few Conan covers in the 50s, and various other science fiction publications. But he did not do a lot of comic book work. Very few. Now, if you have a lot of Mad magazines from the 50s and 60s, and I think maybe into the 70s, you've probably seen a lot of his covers on that, right? But not on comics. Now, that cover you saw there, on Jerry's video, that Witchcraft 5, that is his first, and to my knowledge, only horror cover that he's done. Now, he did do this one here in the 2000s. 89. I'm sorry, what 2000s? He died in 2005. He did this cover here for Open Space, which is a Marvel. As you can see here, here he is down here. His credit there, Frank Kelly Freas. So that's sort of more science fiction-y than horror, right? He also did a Haunt of Horror Digest, which is not a comic, really. It's more, I think it's more like text illustrations. I do have a copy somewhere, but I couldn't find it. And he also did a cover for a Star Trek annual for DC, which I don't have, but I'll be tracking it down. But he did do this cover here for Unknown World of Science Fiction. Again, not a comic. It is a comic magazine, right? But beautiful, lush textures. That's kind of like his claim to fame, right? His stuff has almost a 3D effect. It is his shadowing and the depth of his work is just really outstanding. And that's why I find it just so incredible. He did do this other cover here in a comic. This is also from the 50s, First Christmas. This is from Fiction House, I do believe. This is a 3D comic, right? But again, that Witchcraft is one of the very few comics that he's done. And again, I'm just such a big fan of this gentleman and his work in the pulps. I have a few of his pulps. I always try to track them down whenever I'm out, but they're hard to come by, as you know, at this stage, being 60, 70 some years after when they came out. But I just wanted to show you a few of his cover a few. He did a lot of covers. He didn't do a whole lot of interiors, a lot of spot illustrations, things like that, ads. But I believe that he is a very important artist, not so much in the comic realm, but certainly in the science fiction realm. And because that is his only horror cover that I know about, that's why I find it so, first of all, just so attractive to me, because it's just, as you can see, that cover so lush, that ghoul or that, evil witch, whatever it is. And then you have the lady, running away from her. Just a really well done comic. And again, I found that my friend Lawrence Everett found that comic book in a flea market last year for, nothing. And I traded, he and I do trades all the time, and he was gracious enough to send that to me. I was super excited to see it, but it didn't have a back cover. And when I met Jerry at Myrtle Beach, I brought it for him to take a look at. I didn't want to, obviously impose upon him, because it is a lot of work. But as soon as he saw it, he said, yeah, I can do it. Of course, Jerry is the best and a great friend. So, he did my Silver Streak, I think 22, which is now in the possession of Night Tiger Comics, Mike. And that got me a bunch of comics for my collection. So Jerry has just been a true blessing to me and to my comic collection, and here to YouTube with all his incredible knowledge and his incredible skill and talent as far as conserving comic books, which is, to me, a very important step here in the, for the future generations, because, this medium, which we all love, has, the pulp is going to be degrading if we don't take care of it, and if we don't deacidify it and things like that. And Jerry is on the front lines of doing just that. So that's it. I'm out of here. I'm going to leave the link to that first video that you saw. That's just a little clip. All right, so that you can follow the saga here. Again, he already did the Silver Streak. Now he's going to be doing the Witchcraft 5. Jerry, again, I can't thank you enough, my friend, for your generosity and your assistance in getting these documents preserved and conserved for future generations. And know that I will be adoring that Witchcraft 5. I will be reading it. It will be have a place of honor here in the Meta Cave of Gratitude, with, hopefully your little notes that you put for the Silver Streak 5 with it, so that in the future, when Metarog is no longer around, people will know that this was a project done by Jerry the Jitterbug, and that this is a very special comic that was rescued, that was actually saved, resurrected from the brink of death by Jerry the Jitterbug. All right, enough of the drama. I'm out of here. Thank you again for everybody for watching. Thank you for your follows, and thank you for your support. Everybody, be kind to each other, be blessed, and be back. Bye.